Thank you for joining in today with Andrea Eichmann and Mark Peterson of the People's Patriot Project for this week's WeP3 Debrief. Find out what our crew has been working on to help support those who have given some and all to the pursuit of liberty and freedoms across Minnesota and the United States. Watch, listen, and support as we create the beacon of hope and opportunity in today's society that needs its heroes. Are you a veteran, first responder, or a patriot looking for a place to put your skill set, your thoughts, and or want to help continue the mission? You have come to the right place. We are the People's Patriot Project, and we want to be the shock and awe when it comes to meeting the needs of our veterans and first responders. We are dealing with a new enemy in today's world where the wounds are not always seen. We want to be part of this mission in saving lives and making a difference. Welcome to the WeP3 Debrief. Here's Andrea and Mark letting you know the mission. And as always, Patriot Pride.
You got it!
Good afternoon. How's it going? Welcome to. Was I not making any noise?
Yeah, the weekly debrief. Oh. Welcome to the weekly debrief. That's what you were.
It's getting there. Yes. Welcome to that. Welcome to the People's Patriot Project Weekly Debrief with Jeremy Daniels, present as ever. And we couldn't thank you more, Jeremy. It's awesome to have you here. We do our debrief every Monday because it's the day after our podcast and live stream on Sunday evening at 1800 Central Time every single week. And then on Mondays, we come in here debriefed to talk about what we talked about last night and what we've been doing ourselves. So we actually then also share what others are doing to help the cause. And thank you last night, our guests and their viewers and our participants. And it was amazing last night. Thank you. Thank you so much. The show, the podcast version, can also be heard on Reads Across America Radio on Sunday nights at 11 p.m. Eastern. You can find Reads Across America Radio on the iHeartRadio app, the Audacity app, and the TuneIn app. All you have to do is search the word Wreath. And actually, I have a link right here, too. You search that up. You can catch all their other programs as well. We're going to do a little more work with them in the near future, but they are very much all about what can they do to get the word out there about our veterans and first responders, but we work a lot on veteran stuff with them. Gosh dang. This week's show, again, and we have a new month, so we'll have a little shuffling of sponsors, perhaps, but our show is sponsored by Smart Living, and that's brought to us by Brian Kenzer and myself. We appreciate those who are also sponsoring our newsletter, Catch 22 with Derek Iozio, Bottle Breacher, Mike Wall and the crew, Contagion Effect with Eric Mello, and Operation Texas Strong. We have Miss Kimmer Gwinner here as well, poet and author extraordinaire in the house. And then I wanted to share with you just real quick, because I have to grab the link. Boom. But we have another sponsor as well, Miss Lauren, and she comes to us via Mr. Iozio, like not just to us, but from him, actually. If Peterson was here, he'd say something about his loins. I'm not going there, but it is his daughter, so it's all good. Let me just see if I can't copy this. All I want to do is copy it. Oh, here we go. Copy. Okay, so I have a link for you to check it out. This is the Boho Hobos relaxing getaway down in Livingston. I almost said Lexington. Livingston, Texas. Oh my goodness. Oh, it says this tiny home. Those of you listening can't see it anyway, but those of you watching, I had pictures last night. Let me. Do I have a picture? I don't think I was trying to download it, you guys. Follow the link. It's really, really super freaking cute. I would go there myself. But check that out. They are triple decker sponsors over there in the world of poets and their fam and friends. What do you think, you guys? Last night was a pretty good show.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Some cool guests. I do feel like Peterson.
Go ahead.
Sorry. I do feel like Peterson and I had a little upper hand on the Daniel Crawford guest, as we've been part of their ruck in the past. Although we were part of the Nearly Naked ruck, which they don't call it anymore. Now it's the Ruck Life, which that's weird. I think there was something else called Ruck Life now that I think of it. But anyway, the one Peterson was talking about last night, we were in Duluth, Minnesota, which is not the northernmost point of the United States, but judging by where you two are at, it's pretty north. And so it was March. It was warm. Like, it was warm here at my house. Got in my car early in the morning. Luckily, I brought an extra set of clothes in case I got sweaty, because I didn't. Hey, Terry Daniels, good to see you. I didn't really. I got sweaty like under my rucksack pack. Yeah, that was the only spot on me that's sweaty. The other part of me was ice freaking cold. And it was funny because this was this beautiful, beautiful. You look out on Lake Superior, you're up on the hill. It's like the Scenic View Boulevard or something. Beautiful, like kind of, mountains, but we would call them mountains, being from the Midwest, upper Midwest. And so super beautiful. But the wind then coming off the lake was like, I think it was like 17 degrees. 17 degrees. That's what our temperature was. Here I was thinking I was going to be hot. And so I thought this was really weird too. But when Peterson voiced it, I was like, how does this even happen? I swear to God, it was a 1 mile circle. We went uphill, all but for one little drop. How do you go uphill, 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 and then just one little drop back to the starting point? It was the strangest circle I've ever been on in the way of a walk. I get a huff and puff, and I'm like, we're still going uphill. Still going. Oh well, there's the start line. Now we'll go downhill for like of your. I don't know how many miles we were doing, but just pretend they were 15-minute miles, which they were not that fast. I mean, we would do like 13 and a half minutes uphill and then 1.5 down. I don't know. Into the wind. It was like riding on your dinosaur to get to school is what I feel like I'm talking about. But anyway, so the ruck is fun. Then the next year was down here in the cities, the one we went to. I got a really good story. I feel like I should take my sister. She'd be so mad. We had our Matt. We've talked about Matt before. We love our Matty boy. And he's Purple Heart veteran. He was super young, and he took a shot to the head on his break at night. Anyway, so he has a Segway. He was given this really nice Segway. We replaced a tire once, I think, but he's gets off balance and unsteady when he's on his feet, and so he had his Segway because we did like this wooden bridge. The second rock, I don't know where they find these places. It was across water almost all the way. Very cool. But there were times where there weren't railings. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to jump in after Maddie if he falls it. It was good. We only had to go around 2 or 3 times on that one, but my sister came along. That one was really fun. We might have drinks before or after and during the rock. I don't know. And she thought she was gonna try Maddie's Segway. And I was cheering her on, like, do it. She'd never ridden one before. And apparently her balance wasn't so good either. She's going really slow and oh, you guys, I didn't laugh right away. But she clipped someone's hitch on the back of their truck. Oh my gosh, she just freaking sent me a message. I hope she's not listening. Yeah, and bam, just boom, right to face down. And I was like, oh my gosh. And fear sets in because my parents are going to kill me because I didn't take care of her. We're in our 40s and 50s, and I didn't take care of her, and she's going to, yeah, she gets up, blood scrapes, and I'm like, whoa, shit, I might be in trouble. And I'm so sorry, Steph. She's online. If you're watching, Steph, I'm so sorry. I was like, are you okay? She seemed okay. And then I started laughing, and then she started crying, and then it wasn't okay. It was a mess. But the rock was fun. We drank, we danced, we rocked. We met a lot of new people. We had a whole team up there, and it was fun. So we knew about 23rd Veteran coming into this, but we did not know Daniel. And so I was just I was looking up even more background information on Daniel, who is now a big time rocker with 23rd Veteran. And so their founder, Mike Waldron, named it such because he considers himself, we use the number 22. He considers himself the 23 because he's still here. And so he felt he had a purpose. And that was his purpose, was to, support all his brothers and sisters that are suffering. So their program, and Daniel just came off this, and he'll be joining his group. Did he say every 3 times a week they meet?
Yep.
So they call it their recon group. And what they do is they put up to 12 people together, and they go on an outdoor adventure, something that challenges everybody's comfort zone. It reminds me of that show, Survival or whatever, that's on TV now. Not Survivor, but the one, The Rock. Is it The Rocks, where they do like the military boot camp for all these celebrities? I only laugh. But anyway, they do that for 2 solid weeks, I think. And then they do another 14 weeks of meeting with their team. And so that's what Daniel is in the midst of right now. And he is driving from the cities up to the camp. Lots of rucking in his world. He also rucked all the way to Texas. I was watching videos of him in Oklahoma today. He's got a long path with a lot of stories. And so I was trying to catch up on some of them that I hadn't seen. So what he did is he accepted a temp position, for the second time with 23rd Veteran. And this time was an Iron Range recon class. And so he goes right into these things with the belief that it's potentially the most impactful and most rewarding thing that he's ever been a part of. And we were Peterson and I also went to that first ruck we went to. Then they raised money to pay for these people to go to this recon. And then we were invited to the graduation of that group. So after their 14 or 16 weeks, we got to go see the group. And man, the stories, I'm gonna cry right now. I don't even remember their names, but I remember their stories. You know what it's like being touched and put in the same place and hearing the stories and sharing your stories with these same people, and they get it because they've been there as well. That is, very exciting. Daniel also shared the core values that are lived by 23rd Veteran. They have 3 core values: gratitude, compassion, and authenticity. Gratitude, they just often voice something that you are grateful for. Okay. Focus on gratitude, and it leads to optimism and happiness. Talking about it just brings it to life. Compassion, always show others that you care, especially those who need it most. Sometimes the ones that don't seem like they need it the most. Struggling veterans can be difficult to work with. They're often frustrated with life, and they direct anger to those trying to help. Please just keep understanding. I shortened that. And then authenticity. Be honest even when it's scary. Most military and veterans don't trust people that they didn't serve with. Being less than authentic can permanently damage a veteran's trust with you, with an organization, with someone who's trying to help them. This prevents them then to receive the kind of help that they're there to offer. So those being the core values, it's an amazing program. Civilians to your school. Yeah.
No.
Jeremy. So anyway, that Daniel, was a great. Yes, absolutely.
I just can't imagine walking 1,000 miles.
And
That's
1,000 more. Just to be that.
500. Yeah. And then 500 more.
To lay down at your door. To lay down at your door. Sorry, you might have gotten it out of your head for a minute, but I brought it right back.
I really wasn't thinking about it. You just put it back.
Oh boy. Hey, does anyone know how we got our music guest last night? Did Peterson find her?
I don't know. I figured it was you or him.
It was a good find. I guess it must have been him then.
She's
cool.
And we kind of talked about this after the show last night, but I feel like even though I'm sorry, I'm reading Jeremy Daniels and at the same time. Yeah, you did it to me, Jeremy.
We could roll 1,000 miles.
We were talking about it last night after the show and how we had one musician sang all the songs, but it felt like we had 3 completely different artists on last night. That each song was uniquely its own, which was really cool.
It was very diverse. I loved it.
But Miss Kimberly is she's got to be busy. She's a warrant officer that South Dakota Army National Guard. I believe she's running the 147th Army Band. On top of that, she's a performing musician and singer, and she also teaches piano to students of a vast, from 6 to 60, she said. But I don't know how she fits it all in right now. She's in Las Vegas, she said.
Yep.
Touring. Mm-hmm. So crazy, man. She's got to be very busy. And then she took the time to spend with us last night, and that was pretty awesome. She is currently working on new music projects. Out That Door's available, but I think she's we played that last night, but I think she's also going to has another one coming out next month, if I remember correctly. I'm sorry, I should have took better notes. But there's also a song that she co-wrote with some of the veterans from her unit in the 147th band, and that's going to be coming out very soon. And I'm kind of excited that the title of the song is sort of intriguing to me. Trying to live in peace with the war still on my mind. But anyways, I'll be looking forward to all of those songs. And if you haven't had a chance to yet, this is the information that we have. And you should most certainly go follow her.
What a beautiful voice.
Beautiful. Absolutely amazing voice. The first song was this sort of melodic, I think she said related it more to like a Disney character or a Disney song or something like that, right? It was just very I don't know what the word I'm looking for is, but it was very melodic and soft. But she said the song's called The Playground, and it was about positivity outlook. Her words were the world is our playground. And sometimes you get knocked down, but if you get back up and get going again, there's a line in the song that says, "You can feel like you're alive." But then we get to the second song, which is her newest release, Out Now. Out That Door is the title of it. And this song is completely different. It doesn't even feel like it's being sung by the same person. This is more of a it's more of a in your face kind of song. From a guy standpoint, I certainly wouldn't want to do that one wrong. but if you get a chance to go check out That Door, like it, share it, do all that stuff. That's how push that one out. I'd say that one's more of finding a new beginning, but without old baggage, is the nicest way I could say that. The third song, Dark Side of the Room, she says the lyrics came to her in a dream for this song, or it's about when the trauma that you've been through can attach itself sometimes to something in your daily surroundings, a room, a house, place, sounds, whatever. If you've suffered with PTSD, you can understand that. And those surroundings, those things that the darkness attaches itself to, she refers to as the dark side of the room. And that is the title of the song, Dark Side of the Room. But anyways, the links have been posted, and if you haven't had the amazing opportunity to listen to Miss Kimberly Meyer or hear her last night on our show, first of all, we'll close out with one of her songs tonight. But today, you should definitely go follow her links and check her out, because pretty excited about what she's got coming up in the near future.
Very much so. How's it's going to look like? Yeah.
Oh, good. You wrote them down. Your next, Andrea, your next line coming up about Miss Kimmer's poems from last night. I wrote the first one down and I missed the title of the second one.
We were thinking the same, weren't we?
Yeah.
Yes. So Miss Kimmer's poems from last night. Ready to Attack, an MST survivor. Never a disappointment. And Kimmer, this is what I said. Most often hits the target right in the eye. Right? No mincing. I mean, it's poetic, but it's not mincing the meanings, right? It's there. You know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about. People who listen sometimes might have to think for 10 seconds, and they're going to know what you're talking about too.
Judging by the words in that first poem, she's probably aiming right for the eye too.
Right. I was, as a teacher, and kids are always like, I don't like poetry. I'm like, because you don't take time to understand poetry. Like, when I read your poems, I'm like, wow, if I could teach poems that just said what they meant. Sometimes, like I say, very poetic, but by the time you get to the end, you're like, oh, I don't see what she did there. I see what she did there. It makes it easily understandable, and yes, direct. I'd say direct. Yeah. On that one, emotional shots fired. Oh, battle shits are sinking. I know you missed a letter, maybe you meant to not hit the letter P. Jeremy Daniels.
You know, this is one of those things where, and it's, you know how when you type the wrong thing for so long, that when you're trying to type the right thing, it autocorrects to the wrong thing?
Mm-hmm.
Jeremy might use that word a lot.
Jeremy. I saw Jeremy in another, weirdly, I popped around Facebook for a minute, and I saw Jeremy in another podcast. And now I can't remember who the guest was, but it's very good. Yeah, no, I get it. Jeremy, I do it all the time. And then I send, and then sometimes I look back and I'm like, oh, that is not what I said at all. Yours is at least close.
Right?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, because there's absolutely every single time I use talk to text, I'll read it out and even reading it, I'll miss something because it's close enough, right? I know what I wanted to say. And so I'll go back and read it and hit send and then like read it again later. And I'm like, oh God, that's not right at all.
Right. That's wow. Why am I even thinking about teaching? I'm only 1/3 through my Christmas, my summer vacation. Spell check, right? Read
You're
it.
2/3 of the way through summer already?
1/3 of the way through.
Oh, thank goodness. I was like,
wow.
geez, that's so bad.
Yeah, well, it's too much. I don't really want it to be July 1 already, but it is. So, hello, wake up call. And I have my nice. I'm promoting for a second because summer colds are a bee, and so I don't have a very bad cold. My husband's been suffering for weeks, and I stay away from him. But then when I went to Florida, my hosts were both coming out of a summer cold. And so the magic drink, is called Activate C. And you know that American products thing we talk about sometimes? It comes right from that store, right in
Smart Living, is it?
Smart Living. Well, yep, that's Brian's website is called Smart Living. Yeah. Can I say the name of it? I think I can say the name. I watched Topher. Topher uses all of it. Topher just right out says this is Melaleuca products. But is there, so like a lot of you probably know that, I'm not going to be able to think of the other one. Emergency, right? But if you've checked your calories and sugar and what kind of stuff goes in it, you probably should check the ingredients.
Have a great one, Miss Skimmer. We'll see you soon.
Oh, sorry, hon.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
Okay. All right, bye-bye. We will see her soon.
Very.
Yeah. Jeremy. Anyway, I didn't have a cold until like 3 days ago. I got the scratchy throat. So gosh dang it, you guys. Watching your health is like 99 out of 100 minutes all the time. Like you let it go for more than a minute and then something sideswipes you, I swear. Oh.
For sure. What happens if you let it go for 10 years?
38 years. I probably, how old is my oldest? Something about becoming a mom with lots of little kids. And everyone's like, oh, you're so busy. You're so healthy. And I'm like, yeah, I've been sick. I just don't have time. There's no time to admit that you're sick. You just keep rolling. Project refits. Here you go, Jeremy. What time tonight is that? Jeremy will be on Project Refits tonight. Awesome. And is it going to be a live one on Facebook? Let us know. I think once I gotta go help trim some trees, but once I am done with that, I'm couching it tonight.
Oh, Andrea.
Yes, sir.
What do we have coming up?
Oh, well, we have a lot of fun stuff, but let me tell you. Jonathan's been so busy, you guys. He is the go-getter of the board, is what I'm going to name him right now. We have filled up our guests for the show till mid-August, and this has been
have a lot to do with that.
No, but
I've been running around, but
you're running around doing all this other stuff too on top of it, plus working. So what we have this weekend, we've filled our music. I know just last night, less than 24 hours ago, I said we didn't have a musician, but we will have, this guy's going to be fun. James Zentek with Show Us Your Meats Barbecue. It's funny to send an email to James at showusyourmeats.com yeah. It's funny in a grown-up kind of way. It's funny. And then Sounds like you're downtown at the Shady Tell. Anyway,
I'm just not entirely convinced you're a grown-up. That's
oh, that's why you laughed. Yeah, no. Okay, I'm gonna interrupt myself on that one. This is funny. Hey, Eric. So today I went to Costco with my daughter. I swear, it is like if you don't like people, it's not a good place to go. So I went. And I do like people, but I never like so many people in one place at the same time. Anyway, there was this older guy, and I say older, and I'll tell you what, he's an older guy. And I think of my dad as older. He's older. He's not even old, but he's older, right? And he's 81 or 2. And so this gentleman, this older gentleman, and we come out with our carts, our empty carts, and I'm kind of looking for the cart corral. And he's going to take my cart. And I'm like, oh no, yeah, I can get that. I got it for you. Because I feel like I'm the young one, right? And I grab his cart, and he's very appreciative, and I run over, and it's like way over there. So I'm kind of glad because I got a few more steps in. And I come back and I look at my daughter, and I'm like, when am I'm never going to admit that I'm not that young. I'm not that young, but I still like to help older people. And then it reminds me of my dad because he helps everybody. And the guy is never going to be old. And so I don't know if I have that kind of energy. I'm going to strive for it. But anyway, that's being old. So we have James Zentek with Show Us Your Meats Barbecue. And we are going to be graced with the presence of Mr. Chris Turner this weekend. I believe he's coming right off of a big get together as well. And maybe something is coming up. I was just checking out his schedule as well. Chris is, dang it, I love that guy. I just really love Chris. He's that guy that now I probably haven't talked to him in a month and a half, but I'll call him up and he'll give me the, hey girl, and he'll know exactly where we left off and what we were talking about and what we need to finish talking about. And he's a great friend. He's a great buddy. And I guess some of this flooding may have reached tornado, something. He had some damage. But the guy never stops. He's a busy guy as well. So we will get to see him on Sunday. Our show Sunday. It is the People's Patriot Project with We Got Your 6 at 6. And we still say Patriot Playtime sometimes. But then Peterson said no. Last night he said no, because we can't have fun anymore. It's not so much a playtime. So it is. Sometimes we have guilt when we have fun because we're trying to help people. And you almost feel like you shouldn't have so much fun. But man, you get around all the right people. And
for sure.
Yeah, you can't help. Except Jonathan. Gosh, did we have any fun, Jonathan?
Yes, I'm going to have fun 4th of July.
Heck yes.
We got, and by we, I mean like the local people from People's Patriot Project down here. Raquel, Dylan, and myself, for sure. We were invited to go to, so there's a private fireworks show every year for 4th of July. And the guy that puts it on asks people to donate as they come to the event to a different charity every year. And this year, he was asking around and heard our name, and so we are going to be the recipient of the donations from that event this year, and also have been invited to the private fireworks show. So that will be pretty cool. We'll get a chance to talk to some more people. Anytime we get to spread the word about who we are and what we do, that's always a benefit and a bonus. So looking forward to it.
That is awesome.
And I just want to make sure I get this right. Here we go. I couldn't remember the last name. Stuart and Paige Kelton are hosting the fireworks show.
Nice. Thank you, Stuart. Oh, sorry. Thank you, Stuart and Paige. I'm sorry. Wow, that snuck up on me. I am a child. Roman candle wars. Yeah, see? I'm a child when it comes to fireworks. Even when my kids were little, they'd be running around and playing, and I'd be laying there under the fireworks in awe because I don't know, it's just like they're kind of scary, the big booms, but the fireworks are so pretty. So pretty and nice. Did you just have a
For
visitor?
sure. Well, I heard the beginnings of a cricket that had made its way into my garage. I was about to go crazy, and then he stopped.
Oh, you felt your anger. I have a question for everybody. And some of you are dog people, some of you are not. If aliens landed in our world, probably like our US world, I don't know about the rest of the world, but when they looked around, who would they really think is in charge? Humans or doggos?
Who do they think would be in charge?
If the aliens just look around and be like, who's in charge of this joint?
Oh, for sure it'd be humans.
Think so?
Gotta be. Oh yeah.
My house, if they landed in my house, it might be the other way around. We feed them, we get them water, we take them on walks. We pick up their poop behind them. We well, some of them sleep in our beds, some of them sit on our couches, some of them, like, who's really in charge? Might be the dogs. They might be smarter than we think.
They definitely live the life.
They don't go to work every day. We go to work every day. They sit home, just wait for us to come home, get them their food, read to them.
Our house is air conditioned just for them.
Right?
Yeah.
That's what it might be. Until they meet a cat. Then when they meet the cat, then they'll know for sure.
Yeah, then they'll know who's in charge.
They'll get off their ship and go, nope. Yeah, exactly. I'm not living this life. Dogs. Living a dog's life. Well, that's why. That's where they... Oh. Huh.
Boom.
Well, we have a few other things coming up in the works. I don't think... Are any of us traveling that we know of?
I am not.
No.
I don't intend to travel for a while. Just too much going on here, really, to... Unless... I might. We'll see.
You might? Okay.
The opportunity presents itself. I like it. I have become very fond of taking weekend trips to go see people and meet people and hang out.
Yeah. It could be done.
I enjoy it a lot.
I found a bunch more musicians that I'm gonna... Hey, if you know any musicians that are veterans that, you know, maybe it's not the first thing on their list of bio things, but maybe down third or fourth. Anyway, I've been creeping around and finding a lot of new names. So if you know them, please give them a heads up. Tell them don't ignore me. I'm very harmless. I really just want to hear their music and get it on the show and perhaps on our radio. So yeah, when I send those notes out, I always feel... I was trying to sound like responsible adults. I always feel like a creeper. Please don't ignore me. I'm really not creepy. I just am sending you a creepy note.
Yeah, I've been down that road.
They're mostly nice about it, though. I can't. Yeah, mostly. So, yeah, we'll have lots more music, and I don't know about traveling either. I was gonna go with my daughter down to Texas yet this year, but she's got 2 babies, and I don't. So is that the trip?
That's a lot.
That's a long ways to go.
A lot at one time.
She's a friend going to school in Tyler, so it's not like all the way to Padre Island where we usually go.
That's Aggie land. I got a niece going to school over there.
Very cool.
Yep.
She's I need to meet her, one of her professors. I do believe he's also her for her master's. He's also her advisor type guy. So she's doing clinical psychology, and he is very interested in working with veterans. So I've been waiting to have a chat with him. Not that he needs me, and he may have his own contacts down there, but I want him to meet, and I'm going to say her name, but Dr. Tanya Glenn would be an amazing person for him to hear about her ways. And then there's another Michael Burrows is with the group that there's a big hydrotherapy group down there too. Not hydroponics, but hydrotherapy.
There is and a lot of ways to seek therapy. So if you've tried the old run-of-the-mill appointments and that didn't work out for you, there's always an alternative to those. So
got that, Jeremy?
Without calling anybody out.
What I really was I did say not hydroponics, hyperbaric chambers is what.
Oh yeah, because that's almost the exact same thing, Andrea.
That's why I heard a lot about this hydroponics. You guys, I teach. I didn't know anything about hydroponics. These are things I need to write a book. I had like a 9th grader who was running a hydroponics little thing in his basement. I'm like, well, I'm I'm busy teaching language arts, English. I got no idea what you're talking about. I don't have time. And he's like, well, you need some good heat lamps. You need this. And he told me all about his. I'm like, I'm a mandated reporter. Please stop talking right now. I can't. I don't even know what you're talking about. We're gonna leave it at this. And,
I feel like right now. I'm like, oh.
I know it's summertime. All my filters are gone. 1/3 of the way out. No more filters. And Mason, if you're listening, I know you're gonna be a 9th grader now, but you just keep this between us, okay? He's always watching, always listening in. Yeah, that way, Jeremy. I learned so much from my students.
It happens.
And then I watched, that was before Breaking Bad came out. I'm like, well, there you go. There you go.
Well,
teachers can't get involved. Can't get involved.
And then you learned all kind of stuff about all kind of stuff.
Oh, that's good stuff. Why do we do?
Just a good show about chemistry. So what do we got going on next weekend, Andrea?
We're gonna come in. We have got James and Tech.
Trying to change the subject.
I know. I'm like, what is he? Okay, I was gonna do our pledge. I want to do our pledge because I didn't do it in the beginning, and I also want you guys seriously check out Kimmer's poetry, you guys. Well, so we have Kimmer. I have this, and I've also got oh, here's another one. She's got 3. They're all about the healing journeys. And here we go. I have this one from, oh, look at that. There's the, well, that's his business card. Derek Iozio, look at this. It comes like a workbook, and I love it. This is an amazing reflection book. Derek, we know why we get to do this. Dang it. I love it. Kayla and the Snow Neck, which is funny, the Snow Neck. So Derek, he's an Army veteran, former first responder, originally from New Jersey. I know he doesn't sound like that anymore. There's a tinge of it. But Derek enlisted out of high school, served in the Army for 9 years. After being honorably discharged as a staff sergeant E6, Derek went into civilian law enforcement and served for 17 years. The experiences from the military and law enforcement were the foundation that caused Derek to receive a degree in psychology and then become a state-certified mental health peer specialist. He spends so much time, you guys, doing peer mentoring. It's amazing. Derek continues to serve, addressing mental health issues, the suicide crisis, and homelessness. Derek facilitates mental health peer support groups in person and online. It is Derek's hope that this book will help move the conversation and stigma surrounding the mental health and suicide in a positive direction. There is a crisis, and to address that crisis, we have to talk about it, listen to others, and to support them as they begin the recovery journey. Every one of us can do something. No degree is needed, and no special training is needed. We just have to be willing to take the time to listen, to care, and to offer support. Join Derek and others to make a difference. There is hope, there is help, forever forward. Now, I didn't use it as a workbook. I'm sure you guys may understand this. I don't have any issues, so I don't need a workbook. Okay. I'm being sarcastic on that one. I kept it because somebody might need it worse than me, which is silly because I can get more. So I've read through it. I've looked at the poems, and I've had my thoughts. So yeah,
all the pictures.
I looked at there's cool pictures. Look at there's cool pictures. Stick people, trauma. It's like a word puzzle too. Anyway, Derek's a great guy. If you guys ever need anything down there in El Paso area or anywhere else, to be real, because we can all be online, please, if you can't get hold of Derek at Catch-22 Peer Support, and drop the card, you guys. Oh, look at that.
For sure.
Catch-22. Individual or group peer support. Yeah, I love it. I could go on and on, apparently, because it's 5:20. So
yes.
It's weird. It's like Peterson's not here, and I get to talk. And
I know.
Not saying it in a bad way.
Limelight, man.
I know, right?
This is your hour and 30 minutes of fame, Andrea.
I would kick him in the butt every time he makes fun of me. You guys, we were getting near towards 2 hours on our Sunday night show, and I'm like, dude, we're supposed to be shooting for an hour, and I got to cut this down. And the longer you talk, the more things there are to cut. And so, yes, it's all good though. It's for good cause, good reasons. So, on that note, I think I'm going to tell you what I started to tell you now. We know why we get to do this. Thank you to the service members and first responders that have committed their time, sweat, blood, limbs, and family and life to give us the freedoms that we have that allow us to do what we do daily, like put our big fat heads on the pillows of freedom and not worry about it because they're out there taking care of us. So with that, we have a song to roll for our closing.
Yes. Be sure to check us out next week at 1800, only in Central Standard Time, for the We Got Your 6 at 6 podcast. The People's Patriot Project, We Got Your 6 at 6. That's what it is. We will be here like we are every week, or almost every week. Can't say every week now, huh?
Oh, and Christmas falls on that day. That's a tough one.
Yeah. Almost every week. So if you didn't get the chance to hear Kimberly Meyer last night, we're going to close with a Kimberly Meyer song today, to now. I don't know. This is her newest single. It's called Out That Door. Make sure and check us out next Sunday. Peace, y'all.
Started out, you were sweet, sugared me like a peach, messed around, fell in deep. I said yes when you called me your baby, but it wasn't long until you changed. Chasing night, chasing strange, casting doubt, throwing shade. I now realized you were playing me out. I'm calling foul. So I swing it left, I swing it right, like what you gave away is back on the market, and I'm here to say, 'cause it's time to let you know this game is over. I'm taking the show on the road, 'cause there's one thing that you won't ignore anymore. Boy, it's my ass out that door. Forgot, it's my town. You're the one who's the clown. Should've known I'd find out. I got eyes all around, all secrets in la vie. Now it's me calling shots, getting back what you took and lost. Got a shovel and some dirt to toss as I bury the memory of your faded vow. Watch me burn it down. I swing it left, I swing it right, like a thunderclap in the night. They're gonna see what you gave away. It's back on the market, and I'm here to say, 'cause it's time to let you know this game is over. I'm taking the show on the road, 'cause there's one thing that you won't ignore anymore. Boy, it's my ass out that door. So watch out, boys. Here I come, no longer locked down, and I'm looking for fun. And to anyone, no matter what you've been through, drop them chains, come on, break out too! Boy, you false advertise, we'll keep telling your lies, 'cause you're big ass and free, a much stronger me, yeah, yeah. So I swing it left, I swing it right, like a thunderclap in the night. They're gonna see what you gave away is back on the market, and I'm here to slay, 'cause it's time to let you know